What's up, everyone? Welcome back to our New Testament challenge. Today, we're looking at Matthew chapter 13. And so today, the passage that we're reading, we see that Jesus is starting out. He went out, he's sitting by the sea, and while he's sitting there, a large crowd comes up and gathers around him. And then he goes in and he starts giving them a message. But this message that Jesus gives them is not like any other message that we have seen him give before. Here he starts teaching in parables. Parables were stories that Jesus told to make it easier for people to understand what he's talking about, but also it allows him to give commandments, but also tell people different ways of what they're doing and how it's wrong, but without telling them directly, but through a story. And so today, what the parable that I really want us to look at is, it starts in verse 24. It's the parable of the wheat and the weeds. It says, "He presented another parable to them. The kingdom of heaven may be compared to a man who sowed good seed in his field. But while people were sleeping, the enemy came, sowed weeds among the wheat, and left. When the plants sprouted and produced grain, then the weeds also appeared. The landowner's servants came to him and said, 'Master, didn't you sow good seed in your field? Then where did the weeds come from?' 'An enemy did this,' he told them. 'So do you want us to go and pull the weeds up?' The servants asked him. 'No,' he said. 'When you pull up the weeds, you might also uproot the wheat with them. Let them both grow together until the harvest. At the harvest time, I'll tell the reapers, gather the weeds first and tie them in bundles to burn them, but collect the wheat in my barn.'" This parable that Jesus gives us here is a story of really our world. In our world, there are people who are good seeds, followers of Christ, and there are people who are weeds or bad seeds. Weeds, if you're not familiar with them, weeds are bad for the soil and your plant, your crop, because they soak up the nutrients and hurt your crop. And so when you have weeds in your crop, it hurts your harvest. And that's the same with us. When we are in our world, when we are surrounded by people who are not followers of Jesus, it hurts us. It's not good for us. It's not good for our growth. And so here, we see that in the end, one day, the weeds will be burned. And that is referencing the end times. The wheat will be collected and put and be used for harvest, and the weeds will be burned. That is a reference to believers going on into heaven, and those who are non-believers going and passing away and being cast out into the fire. And so as you go throughout your day, you're going to walk the halls of your schools with people who are not believers. And you shouldn't just look at them and say, well, they're not a believer, there's no hope for them. Like, we're good, we're done. Go and tell them about who Jesus is, because you don't know what their end goal might be. So I hope you have a great day.